All right. Now we're going to switch over to checking out what the Season of Discovery community is saying on the WoW forums, because we've been a bit out of the loop since we've been on full raid logging mode. And I want to see if anyone's even posting anything about the game, because I miss it. I miss it being good. I miss wanting to play it. Like I want to play it, but I want something new to do. Like, let us level to 59 before you release the next phase. All right. Too many versions of WoW. What planet do you live on, Blizzard? I'm not reading all this. I get it. I mean, do you want less choice? That's what I don't understand. We all know the PvP ranking is bad. Nerfs to Shaman. People are still asking for nerfs to Shaman. Feels like there's nothing that can be done to beat them. They always seem to get their health full somehow. And in the same breath, they are bursting me for insane amounts of damage. True. And they have pretty much an answer to every possible thing you can think of. Very true. Well, this is pretty much says it all. These threads are spam at this point. I don't think they're going to be like tweaking nerfs and stuff when they're not even able to get phase 4 out on time. I feel optimistic about the next phase. One issue I haven't seen anyone else raise yet, though. This is going to be good. One issue I have with SoD that I haven't seen anyone else talk about is that too many of the new quests are basically just a scavenger hunt of walking to different zones 15 to 20 minutes away and clicking a thing, then going to another zone, then clicking another thing, and repeat. A few of the runes and the crafting recipe quests are very bad for this. Okay, what's your point? Another lame thing about some of them is that they are almost impossible to figure out without using a guide. I guess it's a preference thing. Some people like quests where you need to use a third-party online community to progress. I don't know. I'd rather have a grind quest or a profession map gather quest, or even something that has a gameplay. So I get what they're saying. The thing is let's get a full screen here. The thing is that they want people to be interacting with the game online because that drives community. So, of course, like at this point, everything with games is online. You're never going to escape that. So you can either like make the game boring and just do a grind quest, which sounds like it sucks. Or you can have like a community of people who like to figure this stuff out, post it online, and then everyone knows about it. Like they're the world first to figure it out. Like that's their mythic rating, is figuring this kind of thing out. So I think that's actually a good thing. The scavenger hunt type quests, like I get it. But I would rather something like that where you can just kind of sit back and hit auto run and just look at your surroundings and kind of smell the roses than just having to like grind out another quest. You know, there's already enough grinds. Buff warrior, pally, tank, make them crit immune like every other class. I haven't heard this before. Warrior and pally tank are like the best. Especially warrior. Like the title says, my main tanks in my raids are a Pally and a Warrior, and the Warrior is swapping class because Warrior tanking is terrible and can't hold aggro. And TBH, same with Pally. His Pally tanking is good for AoE though. Neither class are crit immune or damage reductions. I don't know. Warlock's got meta. I mean, I couldn't disagree more with this post. I definitely don't think either of them need a buff. I think they're in a good spot. Obviously, there's going to be more coming to both classes next phase. But as someone who's cleared the raid as a tank on my Paladin from like the first week on, I've never had an issue. I mean, you get crit, but you just, don't play like a bot and you'll be fine. That's my advice to this guy. Just tell his tanks to stop being bots. How to fix SoD servers feeling dead. Release the next phase. Still, it would be lying, glaring issues, player counts. I really do think it's time for either server merges or dungeon finder. Couldn't. Yeah, they're already server merging. I mean, the way to bring people back is to just let people start leveling to 60, and then instead of releasing everything at once, they could just do phase 4 in a couple different increments. Let everyone get to 60, run the dungeons. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. They can just simplify the runes and make them so they don't come out until you are level 60 or something like that. And just let people farm the dungeons before we go into and do like molten core attunements and all that kind of stuff, like getting all that stuff out of the way. That wouldn't take like any extra effort on their end. We don't need dungeon finder. That's not gonna help. This that's not Season of Discovery related stuff on my mind. No responses. Monetize SoD or shut it down. No in-between purgatory like now. Mounts, pets, toys, name changes, faction change. Restricted by balance, race change. Literally nickel and dime the cash shop until the game produces real profit. Anything to bring a proper dev team. At this point, if I had to choose between grossly mishandled gaming product and tons of goober mounts and pets everywhere, then I'd choose goober mounts. I'll never buy one. The people I play with will never buy one. And I can just laugh at the people who do. Make the game profitable so we can actually have I mean, it's tough to say whether the game's profitable, right? Because everyone playing it has a WoW sub. And there's like millions of people that have WoW subs, so the game in itself is profitable. I don't think that's going to change the amount of people they put on it. Ooh, this sounds good. Blizzard, you messed up with the SoD delay release phase 4 pre-MC. Game's dying. Majority of my guild literally stopped playing the game waiting for phase 4. True. And to be honest, I have to come out with phase 4. Have one new shoulder rune for every spec and class. Let us dungeon grind for 0.5 tier sets and pre-bis gear. Delay MC release 2 to 3 weeks after phase 4 drops. Come on, Blizzard, you don't need it. Come on, Blizzard. You don't need Onyxia or MC. Just release Phase 4. Stop killing your game. True. This guy's actually true. What are people saying about it? Well, look at the bright side. At least you can enjoy another thing when Phase 4 drops, because we all know that the turbo sweaty try hard are going to dash their way to level 60. True. Right now I'm taking a break. We'll see if people return. These doom and gloom threads crack me up. Oh, this guy's gonna be like a super hardo Blizzard guy. They drop 2 new versions of WoW and people flock towards it because they've done everything in SoD and are waiting for Phase 4. But no, game mode is dying. The end is near. Whatever shall we do? Blah, blah. Phase 4 drops and SoD will light up again. Like the Phoenix. And Crapicalism will dump numbers. The cycle will repeat itself as people chase the metaphorical carrots. Kinda smart of Blizz if you think about it. Here we go. If they dumped all the content at once, then they'd have QQ on all fronts because players don't know how to do things in moderation. I mean, this guy, I don't get this guy, because he's like, he's saying doom and gloom cracks me up, then he's calling it crapicalism, just hoping it's going to drop numbers. But the thing is, and what I believe the original poster is talking about, is Blizzard doesn't have to let it get to the point where the game is dying. If one player is playing Season of Discovery and Cataclysm on the same WoW sub, Blizzard doesn't make any extra money if they play one over the other or both at the same time. They get the money every month. So I agree with the original poster here. We said it just a little bit earlier before we read this thing. They should be letting us get to level 60, and they should open up the dungeons. They don't even have to update the gear. They could just let us get the gear and then update it like they just did with the temple gear. All right, we'll go over one more here, and then we're gonna hop on. Just arms need. God bless this guy. Phase 2 is the peak of SoD. In my opinion, this is it. This is the best SoD we'll get. Oh God, I hope not. Although Phase 2 is pretty solid on vibes. Phase 3 has less and worse dungeons. True. No big juicer talents. True. No mount. No upgrade from leather to mail or mail to plate. Hinterlands is flat and boring for a PvP zone. Maraudon will be cool, but Nomer will be better and more creative than that. Whoa, this is from February 19th? What? Where am I? Did someone just like recently? Okay, well we'll go to their reply. I would love to be wrong, but I'm skeptical. Phase 3 will not be a big hit, and Phase 4 will start to... This person was actually like ahead of their time. Let's see here. Three hours ago, here we go. P3 would have been a lot better if it hadn't been massively fumbled in every way. No, that's kind of the point. OP, the game, the base game content in this bracket sucks. Sunken Temple is good content, true, but once a week can't hard carry, also true. Unless we had some huge new piece of content to chew on for hours and hours, this phase was doomed from the outset. Incursions had to just not fumble. They had to kick an 80-yard field goal. This guy's like, I get what he's saying, but Incursion sucked. And he's letting them off the hook. But they don't deserve to be. All right. We're going to fire up the game. This has been fun. This has been a nice little reconnecting with the SoD community. And it was fun taking a look at those transmogs. I'm kind of bummed that the Paladin one is still pretty mid, but what can you do?